Quicker feet, quicker feet.
Pass. Ball. Oscar. Ball.
All right, man.
Oscar. Oscar.
There we go, there we go, there we go. Ooh. See if he's keeping his hips low, if he's turning, how he's turning.
This is Brady Quammen. Today, Brady is a financial advisor, an assistant high school football coach at Garrettson, South Dakota, and by his own admission, a very fortunate man. About 10 years ago, Brady himself was on the field.
Sports are my thing, my cup of tea. Did football, baseball, basketball, ran track. A lot of fun doing it.
Brady didn't just play sports, he excelled. He had numerous championships, records, state titles. It was common knowledge also that he had wheels. Brady could fly. The college scouts knew that too.
I've got a whole shoebox full of letters that I got from colleges asking me to hop on board with them.
Brady chose to stay close to home. He accepted a football scholarship at South Dakota State University in Brookings. His first year was very promising. Then, tragedy struck.
After my freshman year, went back down to Garrettson for a party. We decided to leave that and got in a car accident. In that car accident, I crushed my talar bone, which is the weight supporting bone in your ankle. Crushed that, woke up in the hospital a few days later, came to, and doctor told me that I'd probably never be able to walk right again. I initially got the ankle reconstructed. It didn't take, so I got what's called an Oates procedure done on that. What that was, they took bone and cartilage out of my knee to reconstruct that bone in the ankle, and had to get the ankle eventually fused. And from the fusion with that, kept having pain, had to get a couple of screws removed from that, and that was about all they could do with that, so I was kind of stuck with the pain and just not being able to do anything.
The next few years were emotionally and physically devastating. The pain was unbearable. Desperate to find any relief at all, Brady once again went to the doctors in search of an answer.
Got a phone call on April 6th saying that, yeah, there wasn't anything that they could do and had to go forth with, call it a below knee amputation. And so I'd have that, I guess, cut off, and that was about it.
During the next few weeks, Brady saved his money and made plans for this below-knee amputation. Then, just days prior to his scheduled surgery date, his sister had an idea.
My sister works for Children's Care Hospital, and she knew of a guy through Rehab Medical Supply that is making these knee braces. Wanted me to test out one of the braces that they had available.
The things that we had already been doing for several other patients and the trials that we had done had given us all the confidence in the world that what we could do for Brady was going to make a difference. So at that time we casted him and showed him what we had in mind for him, showed him the brace, that it was something that was cutting edge, something that had actually been developed right here at Rehabilitation Medical Supply.
I was pretty skeptical on that because I had tried everything. I had tried different kinds of shoes, different kinds of orthotics, different kinds of braces. Nothing worked. I was still in pain. One last option, I was going to get it amputated anyways. Yeah, shoot, let me try it.
What we had developed for Brady was kind of a marriage of two technologies. We took the technology that we've had for a long time, the hard plastic, and married it with a prosthetic device. That prosthetic device is a soft liner. This soft liner has more intimate contact with the foot and ankle. This liner gives the patient intimate contact to their foot and ankle and basically allows them to get a hug around their foot. This hug stabilizes their foot when it needs to be stabilized, but allows them the mobility that they need when they don't need to be stabilized.
Tried it out, and immediately from putting it on, I was able to walk with decreased pain. And after about a month, the swelling went down on it, the arthritis was going away. I was able to kind of get back into doing some things.
It was wonderful to see kind of a spark of hope and a spark of something positive come in Brady. He was encouraged. He went from being discouraged and feeling that he had no option to actually feeling that we could maybe make a difference for him and we could maybe do something different for him.
Rehabilitation Medical Supply is an innovative, progressive company that strives to maximize patient potential. RMS offers a full line of state-of-the-art orthotic and prosthetic services for all ages.
Because our parent company is Children's Care Hospital and School, the medical community, doctors, therapists, believe that we only see children. We have over 100 years of experience in servicing adult, pediatric, and geriatric community.
I would say in terms of orthotics and bracing management, I think things have really changed a lot in the past even just several years that I've seen with my patients here.
There's things that you can do today that I couldn't do 5 years ago or 10 years ago, let alone 20 years ago. So being able to do a little bit of research and development, to be able to really think unconventionally, to come up with solutions for your patients is really what being a good orthotist or a good practitioner is about.
I think some of the patients can be fitted easily with a more traditional style orthotic, and that can work fine. But there are a good number of people that I think have very specific needs, and I think you have to be creative and thoughtful in your prescribing and in the fabricating and fitting of them. And I think that's one of the things that Rehab Medical Supply does very well.
If you push the limits of these technologies, you can make huge differences in your patient's life, their quality of life, and their capabilities. And that's what we're all about.
They're innovative, they work with innovative companies, and I think that's made a huge difference with the patients that I see.
The medical community has options that they've never had before. The things that we do here at Rehabilitation Medical Supply are different. And that's really what I want to stress. Evaluations that we do for patients are free. Consultations that we do with physicians and therapists are free. If you give us the opportunity to make a difference in your patients' lives, we can.
It's just great to be back in the game doing the things that I love. Rehab Medical Supply has been a miracle to me because they came up with this new brace. I tried it out, been running since. So